and all kinds of discrimination against women. So they cannot organize themselves. They lose the right to organize into trade union. They lose their wage. Regarding the wage, they can get synergy bonus of $2 if they work for 1 year. They work for 2 years, they get $3, up to $5 if they work for 4 years. So if they cannot gain their seniority for 1 year, 2 years, 4 years, they cannot get that benefit. So through the using of short-term contract, we'll forget all the legal framework in Cambodia. The third issue I want to raise is not enough wage for workers. Regarding the Article 107 of the Cambodian labor law, it is clearly stated that the Ministry in charge of labor have to issue the sub-decree to determine the minimum wage. The minimum wage must ensure decent living of workers with human dignity. But so far it has not done it yet. Just only notification based on the collective agreement between employer and union workers. Minimum wage now is $50 for the permanent workers, $45 for the probation workers. But within the $50, workers cannot afford with their living. They cannot afford with their medical treatment. They cannot afford. It's hard for them to support their family. It's hard for them to support their children to go to school fee. School fee in Cambodia is so high. They have low wage, they work long hours, but the school fee is also high. So
what is the minimum? What is the wage again? Can you repeat that?
The minimum wage is only in the garment sector now, but it is not determined by the sub-decree. It's just notified by the Ministry of Labor based on the collective agreement between Garment Manufacturer Association of Cambodia.
So you said $50.
$50
per week, per year,
per month. Sorry.
50 per month.
Yeah,
well, that's
50.
what we didn't understand.
Yeah. Thank
if
you.
it was per hour, you were doing okay.
Sorry. So the minimum wage is only $50 per month. Yeah. And with the $50 per month, they cannot afford to their living. They have to save for their family. They have to save for their living. They have to rent a room. Normally they rent a small room, staying with 3 or 5 people. Sometimes they don't have even a bed to sleep. Just only sleep it on the ground, on the floor. So yeah. All these issues were not happening in the period of multi-fiber agreement between US and Cambodian government from 1995 to 2005. The US expect that the end of quota will ensure the stability of working conditions in Cambodia. All the working conditions in Cambodia, especially in the garment and textile industry, would be improving. But it is wrong, completely wrong. So in order to ensure, in order to respond to those concerns, and also as you understand that economic of Cambodia basically mainly based on the garment and textile industry. It is the first the number first. I would like to propose the following recommendation. The US should provide duty-free status to Cambodian textile and footwear, conditional on the Cambodian respect of international and national labor law and standard. And specific benchmark should be set for Cambodian to meet in order to qualify. To avoid legal consequences, especially to respect the women workers' right, the US should urge Cambodian government to fully implement the labor law and ensure that the workers are not denied its benefit through the systematic use of the short-term contract. In order to reduce the fear of workers to join trade union, the US should insist that the Cambodian authority to investigate the murder of union leaders and end of the harassment of union leaders, peaceful protesters. Due to the lack of evidence and improper investigation, I also suggest the US should push for the release from the prison of Taisawet, another scapegoat in jail, who was unfairly convicted of the murder of unionist Ruth Wanere as a prerequisite for the proper investigation into the killing. Most management always complain that they cannot increase minimum wage for workers due to the corruption. So that the US should urge the Cambodian government to pass a long-promised anti-corruption law which meet international standards. Also, the US authority should prosecute US company operating in Cambodia, which may engage in corrupt activities pursuant to Foreign Corrupt Practice Act. As we know now, the Cambodian government is in process to draft the trade union law. So we also suggest that the US should urge the Cambodian government that the new law regulating the trade union must fully protect and respect international standards on the freedom of association, expression, and assembly, and should be drafted in transparent and consultative manner. Last but not least, the US should ensure that members of the Congress who travel to Cambodia are prepared to lobby their Cambodian counterpart for the improvement of labor situation and to raise specific case of violation. Thank you for your attention and support.